Gozu wants to be a preacher and leads a congregation of alligators loose into the arena. We don't need more reptiles, my friend. Angie runs away with a ladder and some rope. Fun fact, a group, you also, okay, look, the both of you. I know you guys were just you're on this Three's Company thing. If Akane does it too, I'm ending the episode. You think I'm kidding. If I scroll down, but give me the suspense music. No, this is serious. I randomly put the three of them together. If somehow, some way, Gozu, Yuta, and Akane all let loose alligators in the arena, the episode is over. That's not a prediction, it's a spoiler. There's a 1 in hundreds of chance it'll happen. So we'll have to see, don't we? Actually, it's more than that, because you have to include... I don't think it's 1 in 1,000. There's not 1,000 events in the Bloodbath. But there's a lot of events. So I just want to say to you with the most honesty, the most sincerity, that if I scroll down and Akane says she wants to be a preacher and she lets loose more alligators into my arena, I will end this episode. Good day, good people, to their fine day in the year of the Radiance. Toon Link, Dave, Bravo, also Dave, Anomaly, the Anomal Cars, Few know me as the man who could really use a chocolate chip cookie right now, because that sounds delicious. But to most, I am United States A. Welcome back to another fantastic episode in Season 13 of the... Wait for it. Do I have the wheel? Few know me as the man who doesn't know where the wheel is, but is gonna have to find it at some point before this episode really begins. It's the Danganronpa Hunger Games. Welcome back. Today, I've chosen, or rather randomly selected, 2 members of characters from every cast, and I was like, you know what? Let's make some trios today. Not OT3s, but I'm calling this episode Three's Company. These are trios of people who I think would either vibe well together or at least get along. So, without further ado, let's get to the folks who are here in District 1. We got, or rather we randomly selected Hifumi, so I was like, Hifumi. Who is he gonna get along with? Of course, Gundam Tanaka, the Supreme Overlord of Ice, but you know what? They would both probably be in awe at what Mitarai is able to do. Our champion of champions, Mitarai, District 2. We drew Toko. And Toko, I was like, you know what? She's good friends with Komaru? And I was like, who gives me Komaru vibes? Almost Mikan. I think of every other character, Mikan gives us the closest to Komaru vibes. And then Kurumi. I was like, I think Toko just needs someone level-headed, and Kurumi might be that someone. Also, there were other basic rules when I was setting this up, and you can't include someone in the same cast as the one that you picked. So clearly our Danganronpa 1 representatives won't have any other Danganronpa 1 characters in their cast, etc. District 3, we see Hajime. And who's with Hajime? I was like, you know what? The Luminary of the Stars, Kaito Momota. And then I said, you know what? Put Hina in there too. Hajime seems rather normal, like a normal guy. And I was like, who are the most normal Danganronpa characters? And like going through my mind, honestly, Hina. I mean, she has her quirks, but I think she's like one of the most normal-ish characters. Which is hard to say because everyone in this franchise is kind of a nut. Crazy Hyoko. And when I thought Crazy Hyoko, I was like Kotoko. They got similar insults. I think they got a similar vibe sometimes. And Ruka, I know that they both love sweets. I know especially Crazy Hyoko loves sweets. Ruka would be here to give them the most delightful of sweets. And District 5, speaking of sweets, we'll talk about that later. District 5, we got Komaru, and I was like, alright, well, we gotta put freaking Saika with Komaru, because she's a major stan, she's a major fan. But I was also like, you know what, Komaru? Also probably be amazed by the skills of Himiko. So I'm putting these 3 together. District 6, Nagisa. And I was like, who here likes order? Because Nagisa, even though, you know, he was a warrior of hope, he was the most orderly one, wanted order, and Komaru was throwing off that order, wanted to get her out of there. So I was like, Taka. I think that they might be butting heads, but I think, you know, at like a boiling down to a base level, they might get along a little bit. And Mahiru, she's loving herself some order too. District 7, we got Ryoma. And Ryoma and Peko, they were an easy matchup. I was like, you know what? They both enjoy the animals. Peko can't really get around the animals because they don't love her like that. But absolutely, they love the animals. And it looks like they could beat you up. Who else do I believe loves animals? The Great Gozu. He's even wearing this mask. He's gotta love the animals. Will he beat you up? If you're in a match, you're gonna get your butt kicked. District 8, we have Angie. And Angie, I randomly selected Angie and I was like, this one's kinda tough. Because Angie's a really unique presence in these games. And I was like, thinking back, let me think. She's a devoted follower. And I said, you know what? Let's think about other devoted followers in the series. Chisa, Mukuro, devoted followers of Junko and Oshima. District 9, we have Juzo. And I was like, this one's actually surprisingly easy. It's someone who's out here thinking with their fist or their athletics, and it gets them into a whole lot of trouble. Juzo, clearly. Akane, very clearly, tried to beat up Monokuma and got sliced and diced for it. And Yuta was thinking with his athletics first. He was like, I'm gonna just swim out of here. And they were like, yeah, that doesn't sound like a good idea. Perished. All in all, I think these guys might butt heads, but they would honestly probably get along too. District 10, Maya. And this is Robot Maya, so I was like, let me get the folks who either are robots or have been turned into some sort of mechanical being, Kibo and Nekamaru. And I think Nekamaru would be good for the both of them, give them both a constant confidence boost. District 11, I picked from the mascots. And we randomly chose Monokid, which is rough for Ibuki because I think she's one of the better fits. But it also means she could pick up her second bit of misfortune today, along with Mondo. And I don't think that really needs any explanation. District 12, however, Usami, I was like, well, she is interesting because I think a lot of the people who would mesh with her are in Danganronpa 2, but I'm not including people from Danganronpa 2 with her set. So I looked back and I was like, you know what? Sakura. For some reason, I see it like Usami might be terrified of Sakura, but then getting to know each other, they might vibe. They might vibe a little bit. And then Kizakura, our Agent of Chaos. Honestly, I feel like would actually vibe with Usami. And that's our cast. That is our set of 36 today. So, let me know which of these three do you think would make the best company together? And which of these three do you think would tear each other's necks off? That being said, I need to pause this and go and find the wheel, because Mitsurai is here, and luckily our Agent of Chaos is too. So, I'll be right back. And we're good. Another day. Another potential that chaos reigns, and in 3, 2, it's just 10%. Honestly, I'll say it's unlikely, but it has happened before. Honestly, the person who I think hit at 10%, Mukuro. Someone who got hit on at 5%, Kaito's here. Will it happen to Mitsurai? He's been having a heck of a season so far. Will he be forced to defend the title today? Let's go on, let's spin this thing, and let's find out. Will the Champion of Champions title be on the line? Or will Kizakura say, hey, rest another day, Mitsurai. Today is not your day. Or will it be, it is not even close this time? Not even close. We'll stop that thing. Mitsurai remains safe for another episode. However, you haven't made your picks yet. First, second, and third, tell me your favorites. Your comments are important, much like this one, that one, and we'll read this one by Natasha Scott from Hunger Games this past Friday. It's up on the screen right now. Go ahead and read through it. I encourage you to read through it. I'm gonna just insert or pull out my favorite bits here. This is about Misfortune Mitsurai, which is beautiful because in the season of Misfortune, he's undefeated in singles action so far. Will that change today? Let me see. Yeah, I'll start here, where it says Kaito proved himself at his best in the game. At the game in question, he had to go into the secondary match, so Misfortune Mitsurai used a strategy of his former tag team partner just last Friday to end Daisaku once and for all. We now live in a timeline where Kaito is the AWE champion, while Misfortune Mitarai is the champion of champions. United they fall, divided they stand. Which I was like, oh, kudos to that one. Kudos to that one. But mark my words, Mitarai is going to start getting unlucky all over again once season 13 ends, because that's how the curse works. We'll have to wait and see. Thank you for the comments. They're always so delightful. I'm so excited to read the comments again too. I usually don't read them for like the premiere episode or the week right after that, but we're deep into the action now. So I'm gonna make some picks first, second, and third. Give me Peko for first. You know what? I take that back. Let's really test his misfortune. Give me young Mitarai for first. Give me Chisa for second. And give me Quiet Maya for third. Those are my picks. Hopefully you guys have made yours, because it is time to get the show on the road. So, you know exactly how we have to get that show on the road. And that would be to Pablo, what do you... Y'all, this is why Pablo's the best child. That's why he's the best child. That's a chocolate chip cookie. I was just saying, I would love to get one, and he bought me a whole container. I would do anything for you. You're my precious baby boy, and we love you. And we're gonna see how many times we're re-simulating this. Thank you, Pablo, and thank you for rolling. And he's just on a roll! Let's go freaking Pablo! The spiciest of RNG. And chocolate chip cookies. It couldn't be a better day. And that day continues with some Hunger Games actions. Not one time of re-simulations, not 2 times, not 3 times, not even 4 times, but for the spiciest of all RNG, we re-simulate 5 times. Secret achievements are in play. And some of them could hit today. Will they though? Let's find out. Let's go on. The title's not on the line, but you know what it is? A spot in the finale. And as we proceed, the horn bearers, they stand on their podiums, and the horns do sound, and you know what? They sound great. They sound fantastic. They sound like the horns. You know, I have to like remember at this point that we're actually only 2 weeks away from the next Friday Night Inferno, where Mikan steps inside of Hell in a Cell against Mew and Junko, in what is going to be one of the greatest triple threat matches of all time, I am sure. But there's 2 weeks into the, so we just gotta proceed today to see that Mukuro severely injures Monokid but puts him out of his misery. Monokid is out first. Kotoko was forced to come out of the deepest pits of the underworld for this, and she is not happy. Chisa finds a teleporter, teleports her right behind me. You better chill with that, Chisa. That fence is still up. Fun fact, a group of alligators is called a congregation. Gozu wants to be a preacher and leads a congregation of alligators loose into the arena. We don't need more reptiles, my friend. Angie runs away with a ladder and some rope. Fun fact, a group, you also, okay, look, the both of you. I know you guys were just on, you're on this Three's Company thing. If Akane does it too, I'm ending the episode. You think I'm kidding. If I scroll down, but give me the suspense music. No, this is serious. I randomly put the 3 of them together. If somehow, some way, Gozu, Yuta, and Akane all let loose alligators in the arena, the episode is over. That's not a prediction, it's a spoiler. There's a 1 in hundreds of chance it'll happen. So we'll have to see, don't we? Actually, it's more than that, because you have to include... I don't think it's 1 in 1,000. There's not 1,000 events in the Bloodbath. But there's a lot of events. So I just want to say to you with the most honesty, the most sincerity, that if I scroll down And Akane says she wants to be a preacher, and she lets loose more alligators into my arena. I will end this episode. If you were looking at the progress bar and you see that this episode's about to end for some reason, that's what happened. I hope it happens. Nekomaru windmills his arms around, charges into the arena with his eyes closed, which results in a path of destruction. In this way, Kaito and Sayaka are obliterated. Gundam runs away from the cornucopia. Ruka rips a mace out of Crazy Yoko's hands. Hifumi runs away from the cornucopia. You know, I just gotta go slowly at the bottom so we don't see. Juzo is backed by unpopular demand. Mahiru and Kurumi compare the knives they found. Hina comes up with a spoon and gets laughed at. I feel like that's happened more than once recently, Hina. We're safe. The episode's safe, you guys. Himiko takes a running start, and Superman punches Akane, sending her flying across the arena. Maybe that's like Himiko saying, I want to be in the AWE. Mondo, Peko, and Hajime start fighting. Peko runs away as Mondo kills Hajime. No. Oh no. Nagisa sets off an explosive, killing Maya. Oh no, not like this, not quite. Maya. Toko gathers as much food as she possibly can. Ryoma's a superhero while Sakura's a supervillain. They have been arch nemesis since the year of the Aviator. Sakura a supervillain? I mean, she kind of looks like one, but she honestly isn't. I couldn't imagine it. Kizakura time travels in from a past game in his blue police call box. Usami runs away from the cornucopia. Mitarai finds a canteen full of agua. Ibuki runs away as well. Kibo gets down on one knee, proposes to Taka. Taka laughs at Kibo and continues to do so, leaving him there. Taka, come on, my guy, how could you? Mikan runs away from the cornucopia. Komaru finds a vision in the cornucopia. Why would the Archons leave something like that here? Of all places, they should have left it in Avi's Wares and Despairs. If we're being completely honest, we'll proceed though to Day 1. As Akane reminisces about Season 2, Kizakura panders to the audience. Kotoko finds some boxing gloves. My boxing gloves, her hands are now ready to eat for everybody. Ruruka is stronger than she appears. Nagisa is so excited about super weapon that'll take over the arena that he writes a song about it. I could see Nagisa on a little musical number. Yuta hunts further tributes. Kibo, Kurumi, Hina get into a scrum debate with Mukuro, Mondo, and Mikan. They argue over who will let him in next, Saturday V or Monday V. It's gonna be one of the two. My money's on Monday V. For a moment, Taka thought he saw Junko and Omama. Obviously, he was seeing things, right? Ryoma prepares the museum for my artwork. Get your frames ready, because we're gonna hang up all my pictures. Komaru beats Maru with a steel chair. She's preparing for musical chairs. Peko forces Sakura to kill Himiko or Nekomaru. She decides to kill Nekomaru. The Big Buff family's breaking up, man. Mitarai does a sick kickflip. Sick! Ibuki deliberately jumps off of a cliff. Juzo begs for Toko to kill him. She reluctantly obliges, killing Juzo. You know what? I would actually and someone say something about this in the future. I would like to see the Big Buff family, Sakura, Nekomaru, and Gonta, be a unit in the AWE at some point. We'll see. Sakura's definitely busy handling the repairman, to which she will probably come out non-victoriously, but you know, it is what it is. Mitarai does a sick kickflip. Sick! Ibuki deliberately jumps off of a cliff. That does not sound good for your health, Ibuki. Juzo. Hold on, wait a minute. Which misfortune do you have? Do you have misstep? No, you have misfire. I was gonna say, if she had misstep and she deliberately jumped off a cliff, that would be hilarious, but Juzo begs for Toko to kill him. She reluctantly obliges, killing Juzo. Hifumi hands Chisa and Gundam invitations to his birthday party. They both tear up the invitation before his very eyes. Angie finds the remains of a Viking ship. Gozu receives a gift from a secret admirer. It's a box of chocolate. That's what I wanted to bring up. You, dear viewer, go to your stores right now before they take those Valentine's Day candies off the shelves. Valentine's Day is come and gone, but the candy's still at the stores and it's on discount. So get yourself some Valentine's Day candy. Oh, you better get some. Even if you got some candy for Valentine's Day, get some more before they take it off the shelves and send it back to the factory. Usami's a slash kill on Crazy Yoko, but I disable cheats. Yeah, Usami, get out of here. You can't do that. Y'all are former tag team partners too. The second ever tag team champions, Thumbtack Terrors. I can't believe you would do such a thing, Usami. We lost 9 folks though, which is quite a bit. I think a quarter of the competition already? Sounds about right, especially after this. Claire de Lune, 4. Monokid, Kaito, Sayaka, Hajime, Maya, Nakamaru, Ibuki, Juzo, Usami. We'll see everybody's statuses. We should have 27 left, unless my brain is not braining today, but indeed it is. 27 remain. Hifumi, Gundam, Mitarai, Toko, Mikan, Kurumi, Hina, the only person remaining from her district, Crazy Oko, Kotoko, Haruka, Komaru and Himiko from their district, Nagisa, Taka, and Mahiru, Ryoma, Peko, the Great Gozu, Angie, Chisa, and Mukuro, Akane, and Yuta. Kibo's remaining the only one from the Perfect 10 district. District 11 sees Mondo, the only one from his district, and District 12 still has Sakura and Kizakura. As we proceed! We gotta keep going. This game is just getting started. It's only been one day, and we still have a night to go through. It's not day-night, it's just night. Night 1, as Kibo wants to pretend that the airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars. He could really use a wish right now, wish right now, wish right now. Hifumi is bitten by a black mamba, but Mikan has some anti-venom. Is able to save Hifumi's life. It's not the first time she's saved somebody's life using some sort of anti-venom or anti-poison. Mondo finds that's a bunch of people. Is that 3 scrum debates in a... That's hilarious. Finds a big red button, pushes immediately, had a death wish, disappointment, button doesn't do a thing. Komaru and Mukuro are staring at each other through the crackling flames of their campfire, the thought of murder on their minds. Taka, Angie, and Sakura enter a scrum debate with Peko, Mahiru, and Chisa. They're over which victim had the saddest death. Mitarai, Crazy Oko, and Yuta are in a scrum debate with Gundam, Himiko, and Nagisa. They're over which jelly is the best for a PB and J. I'm gonna keep telling you guys a strawberry until someone changes my mind. Although there are other jellies that I want to try. Put this down on the list somewhere. I need a peanut butter and jelly taste test on this channel with a bunch of different jellies. I want it. I want it. Ryoma, Kurumi, and Akane are in a scrum debate with Toko, and Kizakura over what is better, Avi's wares and despairs, or Yoko's items and misfortunes. The answer's obvious here. Gozu hits Hina with some sweet chin music. And you know what? Fitting. The Great Gozu seeing somebody who's under the control of the repairman. He's got beef now too. Ruka accidentally burns down Avi's wares and despairs. I let it slide. She said it was an accident. We still have a day to get through as well. And that's day 2. As Kurumi spins so fast, she becomes a human Beyblade. Let her rip. Mukuro smells a red. Mikan, Nagisa, and Ryoma perform a glorious air combo on Himiko. Mahiru simply asked me if she can be in the World Pancake Championship Invitational. And Mahiru, love her to bits, love her to death. But no. No, my friend, you will not be in there. Unfortunate for you. Gozu makes a slingshot. Kibo encounters a fruit bat who immediately takes a liking to him, joins his side. Gundam finds a secret stash of pancakes that I hypothetically hinted at. They're there somewhere. Gundam, I'm glad you found them. Good luck, my brother. Yuta, Crazy Oko, Peko, Kotoko, Toko, and Hifumi have a scrum debate over who the best protagonist is. Sakura embraces the power of positivity. Hina can't wait to kill Sayaka this game. Akane, however, wakes up and immediately has pancakes for breakfast, earning entry into the World Pancake Championship match, which I don't believe is in yet. Correct. Akane? Good luck. Taka practices his archery. Angie breaks the fourth wall and compliments you in particular. Angie said, "You're looking incredibly fantastic today. Would you like it so fantastic that Atua selected you to be the sacrifice? Please come with me. Unfortunate, you're doomed. I'm sorry, chat. Not chat. Comments, because this is not a live premiere. Anyway, Mondo commits a crime and runs away giggling. Mitsuri doesn't believe in palindromes. Ruka isn't crying, she's sweating from her eyes. Kizakura is trying to overthrow Avi but fails miserably, but survives thanks to Chisa. Komaru accidentally detonates a landmine while trying to arm it. Did we only lose Komaru at the very end? Right! Dang! Well, I guess just a quick Claire de Lune 4. Komaru! Well, I'll be. Could've fooled me. At first I was like, I don't think anyone's dying, and then Komaru at the very end did perish. Unfortunate. Everyone else is still in though, so I don't think we need to go through everyone else again. We can just say it's time to keep going. And keep going we shall. As we proceed, shall we proceed? We are proceeding, and proceeding sees that Mitarai catches Sakura with a giant box of comically placed banana peels. Hina tracks down and kills Mondo. Rest in peace to him. Hifumi and Angie get into a submission match. Hifumi is locked in Akane's ankle locker. She's gonna break his ankle. Hifumi taps out and must leave the arena. Yuta attempts to climb a tree but falls into Peko, killing them both. Rest in peace. That's a major loss for the both of them. They're both premier competitors. Kibo quietly hums. Himiko and Crazy Yoko huddle together for warmth. Ironically enough, former tag team partners Pinky and the Brain stare at each other through the crackling flames of their campfire, the thought of murder on their minds. Gundam receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Avi, the ultimate jinx, that's me, comments on how well Ryoma's doing. Mukuro walks up to Ryoma and says, "That's rough, buddy." Angie is just the Great Gozu split personality given form. I don't know if I believe that. Mikan, Chisa, Mahiru have a squirm debate with Ruruka, Kurumi, and Toko for which is better. Avi's words, and we don't even need to have this debate, you guys. Everyone knows. It is Avi's wares and despairs, Yoko's items and misfortunes. It's a relic of the past. Who even goes to that shop anymore? Taka relaxes by his fireplace, and Kizakura receives yakiniku from an unknown sponsor. We lost. There's still a day to get through. It didn't feel like it, but there's still more to be lost, and Kurumi does get lost as Chisa kills her with her own weapon. Kotoko is theorizing how best to counter Avi's jinxing. I'll remember that. Nagisa, the Great Gozu, and Ruruka hold an intervention for my pancake addiction. I show up because you know what? That's my employee of the month. That is the one that Wednesday be hired as security. And I like sweets, so I might get free candy out of it, but I don't care. Didn't ask. Plus ratio. I'm out of here. Mikan asks for Kibo's axolotl. Kibo gets confused. Mahiru throws Crazy Yoko at Toko. I bet Crazy Yoko's so confused. I thought we were friends, Mahiru. Gundam starts to go insane. Okay. Mukuro asks for AV's soundboard. I grant it. Throwing an epic dance party with Taka, Ryoma, Angie, and Hina. I didn't know Mukuro would be the dance party type, but go ahead. Get yourself some dancing. Kizakura tries to sleep the entire day away from everyone else. Mitarai uses a spell to suck the intelligence out of Sakura, but the spell fails because there's nothing to suck out. Himiko grabs a table. The audience cheers in excitement. Tables! Baby! Akane commits a crime and runs away giggling. We lost another 5. 5 more are gone. That brings us down to 21. 9 plus 10, I believe, after this Claire de Lune 4. Mondo, Hifumi, Yuta, Pekka, Kurumi. We'll see everybody's statuses. 10 more, or I guess 11 more, until your saving grace picks Gundam, Mitarai, Toko, Mikan still remain. From District 3 still has Hina. District 4 and District 6 are completely in. And District 8, good on them. Himiko remains from District 5. Ryoma remains from District 7. District 9 still has Akane. District 10 still has Kibo. 11 is the first district completely out. And Usami is gone, but Kizakura and Sakura remain. Who will be the best trio today? 3's company. Who will be in the company of today's winner? Well, I'm not sure, but I think we're about to find out, aren't we? We are. Right here, right now. Let's proceed, and let's see. Night 3, Kibo, with his lack of strength, actually strangles Sakura with a rope. Good on him. Himiko, Akane, and Mitarai enter a scrum debate with Taka, Ruruka, and Toko there over what is the best starter in Pokemon. Now I got 2 starters sitting up there, so I'm not gonna answer that question. Gundam 2 is a shooting star, wishes that Nagisa didn't exist. Come the morn, Nagisa slowly fades out of existence. Chisa and Ryoma hold hands. Crazy Yoko gets a hold of my soundboard and vibes out to Dire Dire Docks. The debate from earlier is had again, except this time with Mikan, Kizakura, and Kotoko. Angie, Gozu, and Mukuro. Hina accuses Avi of not being the real Avi. Interesting. A tree falls in the forest on Mahiru's camp, pinning her to the ground. By the morn, she has perished. Shall we keep going? We must. As day 4 begins, Gundam hopes that Avi does not jinx him. Taka drives up to Maki Donald's and wants to get an ice cream. Fortunately, the ice cream machine is working. How lucky. Ryoma and Toko play tic-tac-toe on an image of Kotoko's forehead. Gozu doesn't want to live on this planet anymore. Akane, Hina, Kizakura have a scrum debate with Chisa, Kibo, and Mukuro over who loves their specific food more. Avi with his pancakes, Hina with her donuts. Hina clearly saying, I love donuts more than I love life itself, and I say, pancakes are love, pancakes are life. Who wins in that debate? We may never know. Crazy Yoko finds a yeet ball, preparing for yeet ball action coming up. Ruka decides to lend me a hand and kills a Komodo dragon that's loose in the arena. In an amazing feat of strength, Himiko crushes Angie with a boulder, shockingly enough. Mikan screams Angie's name in anguish. And young Mitarai. Or should I say, ah, young Mitarai! Don't you dare be sour. Clap for your world famous tag team champs and feel the power. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Detectives. Yes, it is. And as we proceed, we see we have lost another 4. We're kind of slowly dwindling down today. But I still feel like we're going to end properly at like day 7, day 8 after this Clear Day Lune 4. Sakura, Nagisa, Mahiru, Angie. We're down to 17, I believe. Gundam, Mitarai, Toko, Mikan. Hina, Crazy Hyoko, Kotoko, Ruruka. Himiko, Taka. Ryoma, Great Gosu. Chisa, Mukuro. Akane, Kibo. Kizakura. As I control F alive, and yes, indeed 17, 7 more until your saving grace picks. But 0 more until I click proceed. Yeah, that's crazy. 0 more until I click proceed. That's crazy. We're here now. I'm clicking proceed now. That's crazy. That's nuts. That's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Toko uses all of her mana coins to bow out Avi's wares and despairs for the day. Kotoko finds a special charm that allows her to transform into a magical girl. Now, it's time to fight evil doers. Kibo dyes his hair green, which honestly, I don't think it wouldn't work. But I think the white was just a better look. 100%. Kizakura tries to stay up all night to cast a mastermind but falls asleep. Akane wants Avi to give Himiko a chance. I love Himiko. I think she was the first ever Justice 4, right? Pretty sure. Gozu accidentally sticks his hand in the campfire that he made. Chisa finds an Etch-a-Sketch and shows Crazy Yoko the portrait made for her. Crazy Yoko loves it, kisses Chisa on the forehead. Avi, the ultimate jinx, that's me, comments on how well Mitarai is doing. Mukuro walks up to Mitarai and says, that's rough, buddy. He's doing so well this season. He's got 2 wins, he's currently undefeated in singles action, and he's still alive right now. Not for nothing, he could be doing much worse. Ruka finds a big red button, presses it immediately as if she were drawn to the glowing red light. Portrait of the button doesn't do a thing. Gundam finds an Etch-a-Sketch, shows Mikan the portrait made for him, or made for her rather. Mikan loves it, kisses Gundam on the forehead, how delightful. Hina wants to speak with the manager of Avi's Wares and Despairs. Good luck, Hina. Good luck with that. I also comment how well Taka's doing. They're doing alright. Ryoma walks up to Taka and says, that's rough, buddy. Did we lose anybody? We're really real peaceful here today. As Toko discovers a cave, Kotoko plays chess with death and wins. Crazy Yoko hated how she acts in the past, and you know what? This is a pretty decent event for her. Disgusted by what she did in the past, Crazy Yoko wants to move past that phase in her life and actively become a better person. Gozu feigns death, tricking Kibo into ignoring him. Kizakura receives pancakes from Avi. Akane works at Yoko's, which happens to be hiring. Mitarai is horrified when Himiko goes to a job interview before, and Ruka constructs a shack. Hina, Gundam, and Mukuro get into a scrum debate with Mikan, Taka, and Ryoma. They argue over who is getting a rerun first, Shinha or Eula. It's a good question. Who are the banners on now? I honestly don't quite know. I think it's Yelan and somebody else. Anyway, Chisa's confused why there's a pink Home Depot in the arena. We didn't lose a single soul. Exactly, we're just vibing today. Crazy Yoko ain't afraid of no ghosts. Hina's actually fairly terrified by some ghosts. Toko gets hold of my soundboard and gets killed for breaking the 4th wall. Well, you should have learned. You done learned today, Toko. Ryoma wants me to give Sayaka a chance. Someone murder that man. It's Gundam. Chases Mukuro around. Mukuro, not just Mukuro, he also chases Mitarai around, also Kizakura around. Trying to enforce a curfew, Chisa enters Himiko's mind. It was a pleasant trip. Mikan catches Ruka with a giant box rather of comically placed banana peels. Apartment complex? Really, Akane finds it quite simple. I don't know if she does. Gozu questions his sanity. Kibo uses night vision goggles, or probably just night vision eyes, to navigate the arena. Taka dies from thirst, and Kotoko stays awake all night. Do we get enough for the feast? Now I was gonna say, it's not quite close enough. Ryoma finds a bikini, puts it on. It's quite revealing. Wait, this is the wrong simulator. Oh well. Kibo puts cat ears on Ruka. She's so cute that it kills Kibo. Well, rest in peace. Akane and Mitarai sitting in the tree. K-I-S-S-I-N-G. I feel like we haven't gotten that one or the variant with K-I-L-L-I-N-G in a long time. In a hot minute. Gundam feigns death to tricking Chisa into ignoring him, bullying a Hina. Not cool, Kotoko. Himiko sets out to explosive killing Mukuro. Crazy Yoko finds a fedora, puts it on. Kizakura? Kizakura suddenly yells out, "Crazy Hiyoko the platypus?" I mean, yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I see it. I think he would know all about hats, though, but I mean, like, she probably took his hat and put it on. Gozu goes hunting, which means Kizakura is really a platypus. Secrets unfound. Danganronpa mystery solved today. Mikan receives a gift from a secret admirer. It's a box of chocolates. We lost another 4. That brings us down to, fitting for this season, an unlucky 13 after this Claire de Lune 4. Toko, Taka, Kibo, Mukuro. A dark day for Danganronpa 1, and Kibo, who's got a 1 in his name. But as we see everybody's statuses, 13 and unlucky 13 sees Gundam, Mitarai, Mikan, Hina, Crazy Yoko, Kotoko, Ruka. District 4 is honestly still a powerhouse together. Himiko for District 5, District 7 still has Ryoma, and the Great Gozu. District 8 has Chisa, 9 with Akane, and all the way down to District 12 still has our Agent of Chaos Kizakura. Wants to get a win today so he can reign chaos however much he wants in the future. Will he be able to do such a thing, and will any of these secret achievements hit today? Once again, they could, but once again it's a matter of will they. Let's proceed and find out. And let me make sure that yes, 13. Indeed 13, unlucky 13. We'll probably get the feast today after we proceed. Gozu goes to the dog shelter and lets all the dogs out, so it was he who let the dogs out. Gundam is killed by a bite from a black mom, but you know exactly whose fault this is. You know. Maki grabs Ryoma by the throat. Ruka bludgeons Chisa to death with, is that Justice Hammer 1? We haven't seen that thing in ages. Akane dyes her hair black. Honestly, not for nothing, I think that's like a jet black for Akane on her hair. I think that would be a really good look. Kotoko and Crazy Yoko fight Kizakura and Mikan. Kizakura and Mikan survive, and just like that, they've lost 2/3 of their team. Ruka's the only one that remains. Himiko throws a Molotov at Hina. After the fire dissipates, Himiko's perfectly okay. Mitarai attempts to climb a tree and falls to his death, ensuring his first loss in singles action this season. Still made the top 12? I think he made the top 10. No, I think he's 11th. But, feast. He is in the top 10 though. But, as the cornucopia is replenished with food, weapons, supplies from tributes, families, friends, and whatnot, memoirs and whatnot, Himiko stabs Kizakura in the back with a trident. Hina's trap kills Akane. Ryoma bashes Mikan's head against a rock several times, and Ruka tracks down and kills the Great Gozu. And just like that, we're at 4. What was going like slow and steady wins the race, right here, was like, alright, let's speed things up. We are at your final 4. It's Himiko, Hina, Ryoma, and Ruka. And as we proceed, it does not end, but we do lose one more as Ryoma finds the remains of a Viking ship. Hina plays chess with death. She loses the game and thus loses her life. As Himiko sets up an ice cream shack, Ruka comes and buys some. It was delicious. Now this is an interesting final few. As I proceed, and unless there's an arena event, which there might be, because we haven't had one all game. No, we just lost. I won't say just lost 10, because we lost a whole 10. It's the last Claire de Lune of the episode, and perhaps the final fallen tributes of the episode 4. Gundam, Chisa, Kotoko, Crazy Hiyoko, Mitarai, Kizakura, Akane, Mikan, Gozu, Hina. From 13 to 3, we are down to 2 from V3 and 1 from Danganronpa 3 in an episode about 3s. It all just works so well. Except for your picks. Your picks probably aren't working so well. Mine definitely didn't. But with just 3 left, you guys can make some pretty banger saving grace picks. Look who's here, Ruruka. I don't know if you guys remember when Mitarai was about to snag his first win, the one who stopped him. When he got his first technical win. Ruruka. Will that happen? Will Ruruka walk out with the title at the end of the season? Will Ruruka make the bracket today? We'll have to wait and see. Himiko is still around. Himiko, Year of the Mage, she didn't win a title last year. But she did still have one heck of a year, and she wants to say this is my year too. It's just gonna be the game of the Mage. It's all up to the game and how you play it. She might be the new game. Will Himiko win? Ryoma, who's had a little bit of a quiet time in terms of Danganronpa Hunger Games lately. Sure, he's made finales, he's been there to try and win finales, but he's not won any titles in a long time. Can Ryoma do that today? No, he can't, but he can make the finale, and he can make it early. So make your saving grace picks first, second, and third. Make them in the comments. Go and do it. Do what you do best. And while you're there, don't just comment. Grab your nearest sledgehammer, like so, and bash the subscribe button, like so.
He's got the whole world in his hands.
Alright, there we go. That's better. Okay, so, make those saving grace picks. I'm gonna make mine right here, right now. Give me Ruruka for first, Himiko for second, Ryoma for third. That's what it's gonna be. That's what I feel in my heart of hearts. My jinx might prevent that from happening, but we'll have to wait and see, shall we? There's a, what are the permutations or combinations for this? 9? Is it just 9? It's 3-3? Yeah, that's 9. 9 combinations of could have. We'll see. Is it 9 or is it just, yes, is it 9? It might just be 6. There are just 6. It would be 6. There's just 6 combinations that can happen here. Let's find out what happens because between these 3, we're skipping Samurai Woman, but Ruruka, Himiko, and Ryoma are all caught in what we like to call within our final 5. A crisis of fate. Let's do it. It's your final 3, and it could all end when I click proceed. Will it all end when I click proceed? It does not end when I click proceed, but it does get down to your final 2, as Ryoma, shockingly enough, firebends Himiko out of existence. Himiko places 3rd. Ryoma might win this one, but also sitting by her fireplace is Ruruka, as she's just relaxing, knowing that tomorrow will be the final day. And because tomorrow's the final day, I have to ask you guys one more question. That question is, who will it be? Ryoma? Ruruka? Ryoma, one of the competitors of the Danganronpa Hunger Games, former tag team champion, member of the Entourage, won the tag team titles, honestly, with the Entourage. You gotta give it to Ryoma. He's had history, and he's been an okay competitor. I think he picked up his first win in Season 1 as well. Might have been Season 2, but I think it was Season 1, and I think it was, one of the birthdays episodes. Birth month episodes. I think so. I think he won for, July. That's me, really testing my my knowledge of the history of these wins, but, he's only done so much. Ruruka, however, especially lately, has had, big-time moments, but none of them have resulted in a big-time championship run. Can Ruruka come out on top, win this whole thing, face Mitarai in the finale, and become the champion of champions? Well, I guess we'll see about that. But because between Ruruka and between Ryoma, only one or both or neither can come out on top, and it's time we find out that between Ryoma and Ruruka, the one or both or neither that win will be Ryoma, as he poisons Ruruka's drink as she drinks it and perishes. He's done it. lo and behold, he's done it. He has found the spirit and the fighting courage from his partners today, Peko and the great Gozu. And after we hit the final, or I guess really the only terrible turnabout of the episode 4, Himiko, Ruruka, and a helicopter if you can hear it. But that's all. That's all she wrote, and as we see everybody's statuses, just one remains, and that one, well, we'll hit it for him. Your winner. That's the wrong music. Well, I don't need to ask you who your winner will be. I can tell you that your winner is representing the entourage, but more importantly today, representing Peko and the great Gozu. Randomed in, found 3 to keep company. He stands tall and earns his way onto the bracket as your winner. Ryoma snatches a place in the finale. Ryoma? My funny bone? Oh no? Ooh. We keep going though. Oh man. Hey, congratulations, Ryoma. Good on you. 3 KOs, Ruruka had 3 as well. 2nd place, Himiko 3rd place, Hina 4th place, Great Gozu 5th place, Mikan 6th place, Akane 7th place, Kizakura 8th place, Mitara your champion in 9th. Running off your top 10 was Crazy Yoko. Congratulations to Ryoma. Well, that lasted both of his competitors, or not competitors, his partners today. Peko was in 23rd, and the great Gozu. Gozu made it pretty far, right? Yeah, Gozu was in 5th. So we had him for a while, but you know, Ryoma came in on top. Good on his trio. I think they would work well together, and clearly they got the win. I think he would work better with them than he would the entourage, even though they've been champions before, but that's neither here nor there. I mean, the Great Gozu's also been tag team champion before, and I'll be frank, Peko's been singles champion before, so that was a team full of champions. Oh, champions, my champions. That being said, bring up the singles bracket. Ryoma stands there as your first winner who didn't provide you a fan vote. Congratulations, Ryoma. No secret achievements hit today, actually. Which kind of surprises me. Doesn't super duper surprise me, but I figured one of them might hit. But we did move through the end of this game very quickly. That being said, I'm fine and dandy with that. We got a whole season still gonna go through, and we got Ryoma taking a victory today. Congratulations to him. Gotta love Ryoma. I keep saying this. Ryoma was one of my favorites in Danganronpa V3. I think it was probably just his voice, but also his backstory was interesting. That being said, let's proceed. It all started with Mukuro taking out Monokid, but it all ended with a little bit of poison. Like that one song, That Girl Is Poison. Ryoma poisoned that girl who was poison. How fitting. Took the win. We'll proceed one more again. Himiko, Ruruka, and Ryoma, your top 3 all had 3 KOs. Who would have thunk? Hina, Kizakura, Mikan, Nekomaru all had 2, everyone else with 1 or less. But our big story is Lucky District 7. Ryoma takes the victory today. How delightful. How delightful indeed. We'll go back to the reaping tomorrow. We're back in Ortiel. Nobody picked up. Nobody. That is something big as well. Because there was so much murder in the feast, and they just avoided in the bloodbath. Nobody picked up any misfortunes. So right now, it's still 4 people with permanent misfortunes. Will we see more people get permanent misfortunes? Yeah, we will. We most certainly will, don't you worry. But tomorrow's tag team action is going to be a lot of the teams. A lot of those new teams and old teams that are coming back in the first non-Meet the Teams episode, so get ready for it, get excited for it. Let's see who comes out on top tomorrow, but today, it is Ryoma's day. If the title were on the line, he would be champion right now, or would Mitara have put up a different fight if the title was on the line? I don't know, that's all in RNG's hands. We had the spiciest of it, thanks to Pablo. Once again, Pablo, I acknowledge you. Thank you for the cookies. You're the best in the world. And to you guys, you're the best in the world too. And I acknowledge you. Toodaloo, flight crew, until tomorrow. Is there anything else? 2 weeks from tomorrow. Friday Night Inferno returns. I want to say I might be streaming tomorrow, but I might not because I have somewhere to be Saturday. We'll see. It is a big we'll see. So until tomorrow, toodaloo, Flight Crew. Thanks for watching.